Well, hello out there. This is Jay, and I'm about to embark on a Thanksgiving, what might become a new tradition. We've decided to forego the turkey this year, and we are going to try a whole filet roast. I think you might be able to see this. This is a whole filet from Costco. It's USDA choice. $11.39 a pound. We started off with 7 3/4 pounds, total of $88.50. Having watched several YouTube videos in the past on preparing and trimming a whole filet roast, taking their advice, opening this up, letting the blood sort of drain out, turning it over, and trying not to make a mess to get it out of the packaging. I've just sharpened these knives, so we should be in pretty good shape. And I'm going to try to get this filet roast out of the package with a minimum amount of mess here. So far, so good. I'm a little bit slower than the professional butchers that I've watched, but we're going to give it a go. Put this down the disposal. Just the blood. And packaging in the garbage. And to get started here, I'm going to just try to get this a little cleaned up so that we're working with a bit of a more dry roast. It's huge. We've got 10 people, I believe, coming over for Thanksgiving. This is 2016. We're at my daughter Carolyn and Vasily and Philip's home in Mamaroneck, New York. I'm just going to turn this over, give it a few more pats. Yep. They say not to be too anal on this, but that's difficult for me because I am a bit of an anal person to begin with. I want to start with as clean and dry a surface as I can. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So as I was explained, and looking at this, we should be able to do some of this. Oops. Have to stop momentarily. Now what I'm looking for is what they refer to as the chain. It's a bit of a mess here, but let's see if I can, here it is, I think. So we're just going to try to get rid of some. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look how easy that is. Using my fingers, we're going to open this up and remove some of this connective tissue. You actually can do this by hand. And you can see here is the chain. Using a bit of a sharp knife, get rid of most of this without losing any meat. something I obviously haven't done before, so I'm probably going to be a little slower, probably a lot slower than people I was watching, but it doesn't quite look like what I had expected it to look like. Just working my way slowly to make sure I don't lose any of the meat that I'm trying to prepare. And so far it looks like I'm doing a pretty good job. And this is the chain, which they say we can save for making hamburgers and other goodies. I guess that's something we can definitely do. Grind it up. And just getting rid of as much of this connective tissue as I can until I can get to the silver skin. It's really interesting because an awful lot of this is here's another muscle at the butt end. You can see this is the butt end of the meat and the tail end. I can see I've revealed the silver skin, but I'm still trying to get it here. Yeah, see, this is all part of that big extended muscle, and I don't want to lose that, so I'm just going to trim some of this excess fat. And tell you, having a sharp knife makes all the difference in the world. And we just sharpen them. My son-in-law Vasily wanted to know why he had a knife sharpener in the house. They have a small house. I explained to him that probably the most dangerous thing you can have in your home are dull knives. Well, let's see who this is. And continuing, just going to continue trimming off some of this fat. It's a beautiful piece of meat, I have to say that. if we were cutting this into fillets, having just watched a professional chef do this on YouTube, we would probably end up with anywhere from 7 to 9 filet mignon cuts, as well as some smaller tornadoes of beef and some additional beef for grinding into hamburger. But right now you can see this silver skin, which I'm going to try to remove by sliding my knife under the skin. And let's see here, I think let's take it this way. Sliding it under, and in an upward motion. Peeling it away, while trying to keep as much of the meat as possible. I'm doing a pretty darn good job here. Sliding it under. Well, look at that. There's literally no meat being taken with it, so I guess that's a combination of having done a really good job sharpening the knives. You know, what must be some inherently skilled knife handling technique that I didn't even know I had. I'm sure I wouldn't make it as a butcher at the moment, unless I was willing to work for 25 cents an hour. I'm not using a boning knife because I don't have one, but actually this, I think this is some sort of a chef's knife. Seems to be doing a pretty good job, actually. this silver skin goes right down into that secondary muscle, which I guess you just have to open up a little bit. There we go, get in there. And then I'm not doing quite as good a job here as I was before, but not too bad. A little bit of meat came off with it. And again, the secret is just taking your time. I could have bought this already trimmed up, but you lose an awful lot more of the meat, and the price goes from, what I say, $11.89 a pound or something like that to $20 a pound. And I just don't think that we're going to lose. I'll bet you that I won't lose more than perhaps a pound and a half of meat. I don't know. Well, of course, this is a chain itself probably weighs a pound. A little bit of silver skin on the underside of this muscle as well. Right here, some more connective tissue. Actually, this connective tissue you just about pull off with your hands. You don't even need a knife. But the silver skin is completely inedible. You really have to get rid of it, or you're not going to have a very we don't want to trim off all the fat, but you can see there's an awful lot of this is actually looking pretty good. Still have a little bit of silver skin and connective tissue between these the muscle parts here. This is the center cut right here. This is the butt end. And we're going to wrap this up. Tie it up, and we're going to try to do this as a single large roast. A lot of this fat, particularly in the bottom. This is the top right here. Flip it over. I really think we've probably got about as much fat as I want to get off of here, other than just, again, getting some of this silver skin off. Okay. I think we're almost there. Now, what they show to do is to take this tail, fold it under like that, so that we end up with, when we tie this baby up, we have a fairly even size roast all the way around. Just looking to make sure I've got all the silver skin and connective tissue off of this. I saw in a couple of the videos they actually discarded, they didn't discard, but they didn't include the entire tail in with the roast, but I don't see how it could hurt to leave it. Okay. A little bit more right here. Like I've got just a little bit more of the connective tissue. This stuff just comes off, just pulling it off with your hands. Sticky to get rid of. Okay, I think I'm ready to begin tying this Alrighty. Okay, so now I just have to get the string. Which is right here. Probably should have. Oh, here we go. Here's the. Looks like this is the end of the string right there. It is. And they said take about 3 yards. There's about 1, 2, 3 yards of string. And we'll start, I think we'll start right here from under the roast, and we'll tie a slip knot. Just like that. Then you come under the roast again, about every 2 inches. Let's see, how did that go? It made it look pretty simple. Oh, there it is. And it's like this. Yep, there we go. Bring it through. Under. Again. Again. Now we're getting to where I took that tail and folded it under. Well, I guess it won't quite make it here, but on this next one it should. There we go. We got the tail tied up. And we roll it over. Go under the first string, tie it off, and we'll go under another string and tie that off. Another one, and we'll tie that off. Another one, tie that off. time. Oh, it's just about enough string too. Come into there. And we'll make another on that. And probably don't need another one, but I'll go ahead and do that anyway. And we'll take our knife, cut off the excess string. And there we have it. Beautiful filet roast ready for Thanksgiving. Not sure how long that took. Probably too long, but there it is. 22 minutes, 47 seconds.